Ooh, titanium. I've never seen this before. You guys used kangaroo dollars known as dollar dues. Are you for real, Transcend? Like, I know you guys have the Australian dollars, but do you guys really call it dollar dues? Oh, you're for real. Holy shit. Kangaroo dollars. That's hilarious. Okay, let's take a maths. That's over there, so I'm going to ignore that for the moment because I want to go back and turn in my bounty. Alright, there's a fast travel. Oh shit, red caps. Fuckers, I hate these. Yeah, I've done the fishing quests, yeah. It was a really cool spell they gave me afterwards, too. It was very interesting. Turn people into cheese. Yari said, this weekend I hit 2,800 hours in Baldur's Gate 3. That's a lot of fun for €80, right? So yeah, because some games, like this game, have a ton of replayability with all the different, like, game outcomes based on decisions you make. Oh, I gotta turn in the bounty down here. And so if you're gonna buy a game where you can replay it lots of times, you're gonna get even more value.
Please, state your business. Did they resist?
I took care of Bromar No Face.
Well, the famous Bromar. No face and no life. That savage wiped out an entire unit of Camelot's infantry.
Nah, Blades of Fire didn't look like it was gonna be
like
interesting
the gods
to me.
Themselves made you for the job. Though I'm not sure which ones. In any case, you've certainly earned the gratitude of the capital. You are truly remarkable. I've never met anyone with such an insatiable thirst for blood. I almost wish there were more bounties left. But alas, you've handled them all. Please, take this as a token of Camelot's gratitude. And keep up the good work. I hope it brings you as much satisfaction as it does me.
Yeah, so like Sherrard said, some streamers only play Baldur's Gate 3. Like there are streams like I think Lulality finally started branching off and doing other games like last year, but she only did Baldur's. Like if I'm not mistaken, Baldur's Gate 3 was the game that put Lulality on the map, and she blew up with that game. And then that allowed her to go on and become a big. She may have been big before that. I started seeing her content because of Baldur's Gate 3, and I know she blew up because of Baldur's Gate 3 and only played Baldur's Gate 3 for a couple of years, I want to say. I know she did multiple playthroughs and all these different weird mods and different things. I know a couple of other content creators who rode that Baldur's Gate 3 train really hard because some games like that are big enough. There are people out there who have only played Fallout 4. Some people who only do Witcher 3. Some people who only do Skyrim. Like there are people who have massive Skyrim YouTube channels and stream, Twitch streams. Like some of these games are big enough to support that.
Dragon knows they'll read a dogs back here? Oh, I'm not sticking around to see how that ends. Let someone else get their throat slit. Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophies?
Okay, I got a whole bunch of new rings and stuff, so let's check out all my new goodies. And I got a new bow. I need to check out this magic bow. That's an absolute piece of shit bow. No. Not even. Okay. No thanks. Oh, yes, please. I'll take the Camelot ring. Yeah, the mod games that do mods, it's another good example. Like, they can support, you know, like, look at what Skyrim has done over the years because of mods. Look at what Starfield is doing because of the mods. Okay. Didn't that guy, wasn't he at the bridge or something over here? But this is such a cool looking bridge. Ah, no, I got stuck on that.
You're here again. And that means the troubles didn't stink you. Do you need anything?
They did sting me, actually. I've received an invitation from the Queen.
Oh, so her emissaries have not stunk you. And you say they invited you to Brockmere? Then perhaps there is still hope to save the village. What has been done cannot be undone, but my settlement, maybe it can finally be free. If you truly intend to answer the invitation, remember this. The Bee Queen must be slain. Here, I kept a second set for a special occasion. I hope it proves useful to you.
I was attacked by a swarm of bees.
No, no. What have I done? I suspected it would draw her gaze upon you. All is wrong. All is swelling.
I could handle this.
Her entourage's stingers are long and sharp. You must resist her influence for as long as you can. That is all that can be done.
Yeah, I've got other things. Like, I have chosen not to add anything to this bow. All my previous bows, I added burning to the first bow, poison to the second bow. I just was broke the last time I went to town because I spent a bunch of money doing upgrades. So I haven't added an effect to this bow. But I found this bow yesterday, so... Miller says, I want to ride this single player gaming vibe, but I'm afraid I'm never going to go back to MMORPGs. Dude, the problem is there's just too many games coming out. Just pick what you want to play and go from there. Like, I don't play MMOs anymore. And when I do, I play them like single player games. Like, I'm about to do Dune Awakening. And someone was asking me yesterday, I think it was yesterday during the stream, they're like, how many, they were like, how long do you anticipate playing Dune Awakening for? And I'm like, however long it takes me to clear the content. Like, I don't stick around for seasonal shit. I don't do dailies, I don't do weeklies, I don't do monthlies, I don't do seasonal shit. I do the single player storyline, some crafting, some building, and then I'm off to the next game. Like, I'm not going to sit there and join a guild and do all this other stuff. Like, I have no desire to do any of that. So whatever story is there, I'll play that. Like, I anticipate Dune Awakening for me will be the month of June in the month of July. I'll get like 2 months out of that game probably if it has around 100 hours of gameplay for me. And like, but like the whole Landsrad deep desert end game PvP thing, I'm not gonna do any of that. Hang on, I gotta kill this mosquito if I don't lose it. All right, dead skeeter. Like I don't care about any of that MMO stuff anymore. So I just like it when when games provide me with story content. I'm happy to play whatever story they give me. What did he give me, by the way? Like a B set of gear? I can't even wear it. I can, but it doesn't give me any armor, so I'm not going to worry about wearing it for the moment. So he wants me to kill the queen. This is a tomb. I'm not going in there. Not right now. I don't want to get sidetracked. I need to figure out how to get over here. Is that like a bridge? I do go through a ton of arrows, yes. Like, just to take down some of the boss mobs, it's like 30 to 50 arrows. Oh, I got a ding. I didn't even know it. Yay. Man, I do not know where I want to spend my points, so let's do perception again. Alright, I finished my movement buff. Let's check the sneak tree. Yeah, let's decrease my sneak noise. Oh, whoa. I forgot to do one important thing. And why is it still showing that creepy? Did it rest? It did not. I must have accidentally hit cancel. There we go. I absolutely push myself manic because lazy people don't accomplish anything in life. When you do what you love, it doesn't really feel like work. It is a blessing to be able to play video games for a living. I get to play video games, watch movies, review video games, review movies. I get to do that for a living. So, yes, I definitely feel the grind some days. For sure. Like this game is not optimized very well, and I'm getting massive eye fatigue from this. Like last night I was on TikTok with Chris. I was like, I can't read the text on TikTok right now. It's all like blurry to me. Like the words are blurry, and I feel eye fatigue because of playing this game because it's not optimized very well. Um, those are legit things. Like some days when I play a 10-hour day, whatever, I get finger fatigue from pushing the buttons. This thumb, I have tendonitis and I get thumb fatigue. Not so much on the Xbox controller, but definitely from the PlayStation controller. I've got tendonitis in the wrist from WASD for 25 plus years of MMORPGs. I ripped the tendon off this finger doing yard work a couple years ago, so clicking the mouse button tends to fatigue my finger. I feel that. I've got a leg injury that's still bothering me. Like, I'm 45 years old. I'm old. I have aches and creaks and things of that nature, but it's like, what else am I going to do? Like, I don't have to go out there and work construction like I used to. I don't have to be out in the blistering sun or the freezing cold or any of those things. Like, I used to actually do physical labor for a living. I had a construction company. I was a third generation ceramic tile and natural stone contractor. Then I was a photographer for years. And I've worked most of my life in the elements. Here, I get to sit in the air conditioning, imbibe whatever substances I want to imbibe. I don't have to put clothes on. I can sit here in my boxers. I don't have to do my hair and makeup. Like this is the easiest job in the world in comparison to everything else I've ever done in my life. But I do push myself 100% because this is my retirement. Like, I'm literally, right now we're saving up to buy our second home. We already own the first home in the clear 100%. No bank note. It is owned. We paid cash money for it. I have no debt. So now I just grind every day because, like, what else am I going to do with my life? Like, so I do this and it makes me money and I'm saving up to buy the second property. And once that happens, I will, and the other thing too is like I was talking about this with somebody the other day. I have lived an online life in front of people since 2008. I started a blog in 2008, and since then I have made a living online in front of an audience. Starting with a travel blog, then moving into game development, and then moving into streaming games for a living. And along the way, I've done a shitload of freelance writing, freelance photography, videography, speaking engagements, marketing campaigns, but I've lived online since 2008, and I will continue to live online until I die. Like, I love the internet, and I love everything the internet has allowed me to do, because it allowed me to stop doing construction and pursue a career as a writer. I was able to get into game development. I was able to do all these things that I always wanted to do with my life. So this is just for, and there are people like Hemvar has been following since 2014. So he's been following me for 11 years now. Liam from Liam's Lyceum. I think he's one of the ones I can go. He's one of the longest followers I can think of. I know there are people who subscribed to my travel blog back in the day who have occasionally checked in on my, but I don't remember their names, and they would have to reach out and tell me, hey, yeah, I've been following. But I mean, I know some people who have been following for at least 11 years my online evolution, right? Um, this is just the latest version of it. And whatever comes after this will be whenever we buy the next property. Like, we have that homestead channel in the background. That channel has evolved also. I've had that homestead channel. That was my very first YouTube channel. And I think that YouTube channel is 13 years old now, or 14 years old. And it has you can go back on that YouTube channel and you'll find videos of me on the beach in Cancun before I met Chris, when it's just me. I had a shaved head, and I was just living on the beach, drinking tequila, making travel guides, smoking stuff, and having fun with Latinas. And so I've lived an online spotlight existence for a long time, and I don't I don't get like it's yes, it's work. I feel tired some days. For sure I feel tired. Like, but I also get to do what I love for a living. Like, on the worst day of streaming, it's a better day than any day I ever worked in construction. Even though I make way less money doing this because I'm still in the early years of streaming. I'm only in my 4th year right now of doing this full time, so 3.5 years in. I make enough money to pay the bills and I get to put a few $100s a month in the savings. I'm very happy with that. I used to make way more money doing construction and way more money doing travel as an influencer in the travel space and content creator and as a public speaker and marketing guru and everything else. But I don't care. It's like, I'm not beholden to anybody. I don't have to do what anybody says. I wake up when I want to wake up. Now, granted, I do have a strict schedule that I hold myself to, but that's a personal thing because of ambition. Exactly, Void. You're an electrician. I've been there. I was on job sites from the time I was 5 years old, mixing thin set and grout for my grandpa and my dad and my uncles, and then cutting tile and working the angle grinder and sweeping floors and taking out trash and hammer and chisel. And, I spent from 5 years until 28 years old, I was on job sites all through my childhood. And I also grew up on a dairy farm and was homeschooled for like 6 years. So I have literally done shit that no millennial or Gen Z could even fathom in terms of like work. I've bucked hay in the blistering Missouri heat out there when it's 102 degrees in August and you're chucking 75-pound bales of hay up onto the back of a trailer and then backing that trailer up into a barn where it's 120 degrees and you're offloading and stacking hay in the middle of summer. I've bucked hay. I've worked for the fucking cow vet and chased cows around the field. I grew up on a dairy farm. I've dehorned. I've castrated. I've vaccinated. I've been on job sites since I was 5 years old. I worked my ass off up until I was almost 30 years old. I have done it. I've seen it. And then in my 30s, I was blessed enough to be able to work in travel, be a writer, be a photographer, be a videographer, and then move that into game development. And then now streaming games. Like, I have zero things to complain about with this job. Oh, my internet's being poopy today. Oh, like that's my biggest complaint is the days when the internet is a little shit because I live in the middle of nowhere and sometimes the internet's not the greatest. Like that's my only legit complaint is like, oh, the internet. Or I guess another complaint would be, oh, because this does happen. I bought this game, I wanted it to do good, but I'm not getting the views that I wanted. It's not resonating with my audience for some reason, or I'm getting buried in the competition and I'm not getting the views. Oh, wow, QQ, I only have 30 people watching instead of 150. Like, oh, I put 5 hours into this video and it only did 5,000 views and I wanted it to do 50,000 views. Oh, I mean, it sucks when that happens, but it's like, that's just the nature of this job. Like, there's no guaranteed, like, the only thing you can do with YouTube and Twitch is get up, put in the hours, and just ignore everything else.